Going to be commenting on a Smogon World Cup match, Gen 7 OU, Sun and Moon. It's Eeveeto the Noob from Spain versus FMG from US South. FMG brings a grass spam team with Diancie and Heatran, along with double flying common core of Landorus and Tornadus. Probably Scarf Lando. Let's see. Might be Bantana and Spadef Heatran paired with offensive Tran on FMG's art. Even though the new brings some type of Sun offense, it might be Zard Y plus Bandit Victini and Cortana to clean up. If you need to patch the patch up the Ashka Ninja hits, and it should be probably defensive Lando and Scarfacci. Looking at it, it's a better fit because you already have a Spadef, Fini. Eeveeto the Noob's team easily gets pressured by Psychics, from what it looks like. Yeah, you might have a Jirachi. If there's Jirachi Spadef, then it's less problematic. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Even the Noob leads off with his Victini, so this probably means it's Scarf. Just wanted to get a free V-Create off, probably expecting. Victini has a great matchup here. As it beats Kartana, Tapu Bulu just goes V-Create once the T-Trend is down. But FMG is going to go switch out to his Diancie and just take a final gambit. So now with the Diancie eliminated, this is an exchange, and now it just makes it easier for Charizard to come in. If you're Charizard Y or X, because now you're less pressured by a faster Mega Diancie. And now you only have to worry about the Landers and the Heatran coming in. Eeveeto the Noob is going to go out to his Tapu Fini, seeing that he can't really lead off. He knows FMG is going to go with Landorus. Landorus puts in a lot of tunnel work here. You don't want it to face off Jirachi. You don't want Kartana to be -1. Defense alone could be a switch in, and Charizard definitely does not want to take a Stone Edge. So FMG is going to switch out to his Tapu Bulu on the Moonblasters. Eeveeto Noob tries to catch maybe a Tornadus, or just to get some chip on the Bulu. FMG is going to go into his Tornadus. He's going to get spared out by the Zard X, or by Zard. He was thinking it was probably Y by the looks of it. I think it would be Y too, just looking at it. Now Eeveeto Noob is gonna Earthquake the Heatran, and then you're gonna predict the Landers coming in, because you don't want Landers coming in. That's gonna double to his own Landers to get the Rocky Helmet damage off. Now Torn's gonna come in, and his Torn reveals Taunt. Taunt is very bad on Eeveeto's end, because he could live. He wants to set up on Charizard on the Tornadus, try to get DD up, but Tornadus gonna block it off. Eeveeto reveals he's Stone Edge, so that's nice to have for him to try to deal with the Tornadus. But now this lets the Kartana come in and get a Spark Strike. Feels Protect, and Eeveeto reveals Swords Dance. So it just got a little bit more interesting. But now he went for Leaf Blade by the looks of it. He doesn't have Smart Strike. If he did have Smart Strike, he would have obviously went for it. And that means he's probably Z-Giga Impact, which has been increased usage. Z-Giga Impact with Knockoff. So Leaf Blade was probably his best move to try to hurt the Tapu Bulu. And so that play revealed a lot on Eeveeto's and team. Tapu Bulu's just going to eat a hit, and now he's probably going to want to sack this off or protect. but FMG didn't want to get the give that Kartana extra grassy terrain, so he didn't protect there. You don't want to switch in your tornadoes because as opposed to Kartana, you kind of want to outspeed. It's the only thing that can outspeed if you're not running Scarf Kartana and Revenge Kills. So fair play on FMG's end, and he's going to double the heat trend. Then he's threatened out, and he should go to his Jirachi. So Eeveeto does go to his Jirachi, and FMG decides to get his rocks up to just pressure the landers that is not leftovers and go into Mega Zardex. Well, Eeveeto Noob's just gonna defog the rocks away and go into landers to cover the Kartana switch in. And now FMG reveals he has SD Kartana too, and by the looks of that damage, that's probably Scarf Jirachi or an offensive variant. Just looking at the damage, because if it was a defensive variant, it would have done way less damage. So now FMG knows this, and is going to switch on to Tornadoes to get the Rocky Helmet damage off. Tornadoes is just so hard to deal with on Evo to the noob's end, especially the taunt variant. So, because whenever so if you some noob's main strategy is to just try to catch the Tornadoes on a Z Giga impact, try to win from there, and try to get rocks up, or try to get rocks up and try to pressure it as best as you can. Because by the looks of it, a Charizard looks like you could win from it, but also that SD Kartana is looking threatening, like once the Jirachi's down. FMG's gonna make a smart play in taunt, as Eeveeto to the noob is just gonna go for a Stealth Rock and go for a Stone Edge. So he should have Stone Edge there. But he was probably knowing the value of rocks. Didn't want to take the U-turn. I'll Stone to the Butterfly. Because you know he's going to pack the taunt, and people who run taunt are just going to click taunt primarily. Just to make sure he doesn't get that pressure up. And now his Katana is going to Loop Blade to go into Jirachi. U-turn. This is probably Scarfrosty by the look of it. That's why I force it out. U-turn Iron Head, Healing Wish. Last move is probably Fire or Ice Punch. So maybe Eeveeto Noob is Fire Punch is trying to threaten out this Kartana, but still, FMG's plays always Tornadoes, and he's just getting -9%. Now the Jirachi's at 22. The Feeny gets knocked off, letting Landers to chip it even more, along with the Heat Trend. Eeveeto Noob just gonna go for a Surf on FMG's Tornadoes and switch in, and Eeveeto Noob is just gonna Surf again. Good play, reading that. Out taunt, doesn't want to get the rocks up. Now it's looking very hard for him. Okay, this play was crazy. So if you're FMG, you want to click Earth Power. It's everything but the Landers, and you have a Tornadoes. It's a safe play, but he tried to catch probably Landers on an Earth Power or something. Well, that play just didn't make sense because it's just a strange move on both ends, as you could see that obviously Tapu Fini beats Heatran. Eeveeto Noob thinks he's gonna switch out to FMG's Kartana. FMG tries to read this, and the FMG probably thought that Eeveeto wants to go to his Jirachi, Kartana, or Landers to counter this. Not Charizard X, because he knows how much Eeveeto needs his Charizard X. So he's going to Magma Storm the Charizard X. A crazy insane play by Eeveeto the Noob. If you're Eeveeto Noob, you just got a hard player blitz. You need that Landers chipped, or else it's going to pressure the rest of your team. Eeveeto's not making the necessary plays to win. He's kind of playing on the safe side now. Like that play, you had the Flare Blitz on there. He probably was going off the last turn, thinking that he's probably going to stay in. But FMG kind of reads this well. Yeah, you have to Flare Blitz here, and then try to get rid of the Landers as fast as possible. It's just one step closer for a Charizard X to win. And now we see Landers switching on the Star Stone Edge. That's going to do 17%. He's trying to revert the Stone Edge, but FMG also just goes Kartana as he didn't want his Tornadoes to get chipped, as he wants it to save it for chipping everything else, such as the Jirachi. Now Kartana. Leaf Blade on the Kartana. Tornadoes. Eeveeto Noob finally gets rid of the Tornadoes of his Giga Impact. Or Break the Blitz. Getting the +1. Now Landers comes in. This is where getting that Flare Blitz off would have meant a lot. Because if you got the Flare Blitz off, you would have been around. Let's do a calc. Charizard X. And you're an 83%. What looks of it. 84 on Landorus Scarf. A -1 Flare Blitz does 53 to 63. So by the looks of it, you would have been at around, let's say, 30%. You're going to take 9% from Rocky Helmet on this, and then that means 9% from Rocky Helmet, but in return your Landers is only doing 6 because he's defensive, and then he has 4 switch-ins to this is his Landers if he doesn't want to use it for Kartana. So technically, if he did Flare Blitz before, Landers could have just been revenge killed by the Rocky Helmet with 4 switch-ins. So yeah, that's where it came into play. Now Landers is gonna come in. Now FMG's in a better position here, even though he has less mons. Simply because Jirachi's chipped, Tapu Fini's chipped, Kartana's chipped, Landers chipped, and the Zard X is gonna have a hard time setting up with his offensive pressure. Because FMG is threatening Z Giga Impact, and it's just very rough for him here. He should go out to FMG should go out to his Kartana here. And just click Leaf Blade or SD. He's gonna go for SD. Knockoff doesn't kill Kartana, and FMG actually reveals a Sacred Sword. So it's either gonna be Bloom Doom or All Out Pummeling. Now Eeveeto Noobs wants to scare this out. He knows his turn is gone, so he can't take Rocky Helmet damage. But he wants to try to revenge kill this, so he's gonna go for a U-turn here. And Zard is gonna die to a. Hold on. So yeah, he's gonna die there. He's gonna U-turn. FMG reads this again. Eeveeto, FMG is probably thinking Jirachi doesn't have U-turn. By the looks of it, Eeveeto Noob should have used Fire Punch by now if he had it before. Since it just doesn't let. It just threatens Kartana, because you have to put this mindset into FMG's head that where I have Fire Punch. It's better to click Fire Punch on Landorus than just because you could just easily switch into your Fini or Landorus than just letting this Kartana set up freely. Because now you have like nothing to outspeed because you already sacked your Victini and your own Kartana can speed tie. And now your Jirachi is also is going to be gradually chipped, so I didn't really like this play sequence by Eeveeto Noob. And now he's going to real Fire Punch finally. FG probably was like, oh, he's going to go to this thing again. He probably went to click it the first time or a few times when he meant to. But no, he just decides to do it right now, which is yes, he lost a lot of momentum going that play. I understand why he made that play, but he could have technically won if he just Flare Blitzed the Landorus and then Fire Punch the Kartana on those turns, or even just Fire Punch earlier in the game. It would have been such a more threatening position for FMG's apart right now because FMG is acting like he didn't know there's U-turn until you send out your discard Jirachi to try to revenge kill the Kartana. And either way, he's gonna go Heatran because he knows his Kartana's just gonna win the game, and his Heatran's just gonna get whatever damage it can off along with the landers. Now Flash Fire boosts this up, but this is clearly losing position for Eeveeto to the noob. Gonna switch into his landers. You can just Earthquake here, or Stone Edge. FMG reveals a boom. Now Heatran's gonna come in. Jirachi's gonna come out. Okay, here's another crazy play. This was an even more tense endgame because FMG sacked his landers, making it easier for more 50-50s to occur. So this is a very intense endgame. If FMG switches out to Kartana, but Eeveeto Noob fire punches, then Eeveeto Noob wins. Kartana Heatran gets 2 KO'd by Surf, as it did around 36 before. So it'll only take 2 Surfs, even after leftovers recovery. This is where Eeveeto needs to make the route, the read, but he doesn't. So now it goes Tapu Fini, and now he just loses. That was a very close game. I liked it a lot. FMG made a lot of crazy plays like that. FMG knew what he had to do in order to get around Eeveeto's offense and Charizard X that just threatened him mightily. Well, Eeveeto Noob should have taken a more offensive stance towards this game, as if he made more correct predictions and reads, or even just tried to show that he had Fire Punch before earlier in the game and just flip with the landers, that would have been just so much easier for Eeveeto Noob to just come in and just try to sweep with his Tapu Fini in the end and Jirachi and Zard X. But it's a wrap. FMG's gonna click Leaf Blade or Breakneck Blitz, and now Jirachi's gonna come in and try to Iron Head Flinch, but it's doing the same rate as left. Is going at a smaller rate than leftovers Heatran, which is funny because it's a quad resist. And FMG wins it. So that was a very nice game on FMG's part. Like I said before, Eeveeto Noob just needed to make offensive plays. When you're using offense like this, you have to make some offensive plays, and he was playing relatively safely this entire game. And whenever he tried to go for a read, it was already too late. FMG already knew that Eeveeto would try to make those offensive plays, knowing that he had to make those offensive plays because he knew that Eeveeto knew that he was playing a little bit too safely, and it wasn't being Eeveeto's playstyle wasn't just being rewarded in this matchup. So that was a great game. I thought it was a wonderful game. Nice credit to FMG just beating Eeveeto here in a very close game, high stakes, and just looking at the explosion play was pretty crazy on FMG's end. This end game was intense because it's a 50-50 on turn 40, I believe. Because if he fire punches, he just wins here. But it'd be insane to go out into it. And this is where Eeveeto had to make a play. Even if you clicked fire punch on Heatran, I would have understood a little bit more. But he just played too safely. I know Eeveeto is still a great player. He made like higher rounds of OST using a bunch of crazy teams with like a Rotom Heat. So he's just a fun guy to watch. But he didn't seem like his self here, as he just didn't play his cards right. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this replay, and peace out.